Hey there, Pierre. We would love you to join Arsenal Football Club. We are on the up. We're looking like we are perfect for you at this time in your career. Come on, join Arsenal. We've got your friend Mkhitaryan already. Look, we've got a game against Swansea. Why don't you check it out this coming day on Tuesday? Yeah, make sure you're in London for your medical on the Wednesday morning. Make sure you watch the game. It's going to be a fantastic win for the lads. Oh, wait. This is Arsenal we're talking about. Pierre, please join us. Please. No, I know we just got smashed 3-1 by Swansea. Please. I know that we need to spend money on our defence and not our strikers, but please, do come on in. Come on, please join. We don't need him, really, do we? When a player like Aubameyang is available, sure, I get it, you go for it, but for 60-odd million, whatever the price is going to be, we should be signing a centre-back. We should be looking at a centre defensive midfielder. Oh, it's so stressful and it's so boring. I could have predicted this, and I pretty much did. I woke up today and I purposely said to myself, right, I'm not going to watch the first 20 minutes because I know what's going to happen. And if it's still 0-0 at 20 minutes, I'll start watching. Because I just had a feeling that Swansea were either going to start really strongly and we were going to be, losing at half-time, and it's just one of those write-offs. Just, nope, I'm not watching it. But I turned it on. We scored. Monreal at it again. He has been our best player this season. Bow down to Nacho. Oh, but wait. When are you most at risk of conceding in football? That's right. Straight away after scoring, and that's exactly what we did. Like 45 seconds to a minute later. Oh, and then the next two goals as well. Petr Cech, just well played. I saw a fantastic tweet by R9 Rye. If you don't follow him on Twitter, I think he's a Leeds supporter, so you might not want to, because they often lose games and he gets mad. But he said, when Cech joined Arsenal, everyone was saying that he'll gain them 9 points a season. And we all thought, yeah, good signing. One of the best keepers of all time. One of the best in the Premier League for sure. But actually, when you really look at it, I think he gives away 9 points a season. Brilliant tweet. Absolutely spot on. Petr Cech is a good goalkeeper on his day. Don't get me wrong. I know that a lot of people slaughter him when he makes mistakes. But that's the same with any goalkeeper. And when you play as a goalkeeper, you effectively sign up for that role. There's only one of you in the team. If you mess up and you concede, you're under the bus instantly. And it just feels like Petr Cech has had that a lot. And it's not a coincidence. He's past it. He's absolutely past it. I've been saying it pretty much 6 months after we signed him. It was obvious that he was no longer the same goalkeeper he once was. Why do you think Chelsea sold him? Yes, they had Courtois coming back, and I get it, they had to give him first-team football, otherwise he wouldn't have wanted to come back. He might as well have stayed in Spain, but letting go of Cech, they did that, they knew. They 100% knew. They see him day in, day out in training, and they would have looked at him and gone, yeah, he's on a lot of wages here. Why don't we just, you're a legend, Petr, but you're past it. Go off to Arsenal. They wouldn't have sold Petr Cech to Arsenal if he was still as good as he always was, or had been. There's just no way. He's past it. I don't care how many Arsenal fans are mad at me for saying it. He should not be our main goalkeeper. Why let someone like Chesney go, who, for me, just the fact he's gone to Juventus says it all. Juventus, they have Buffon, arguably the best goalkeeper of all time as well with Cech, He's 40 now, he's still playing, but they've signed Chesney as a backup, because if Buffon was to retire early through injury, or if he's had enough, or he's not playing well, or whatever, they've got really good backup. And Chesney was an Arsenal lad. I would have loved to keep him, even if it meant selling Ospina. I would have kept Chesney. He's a good goalkeeper. He's grown up. He's matured. But instead, we let him go for pennies. We keep Cech and Ospina. For me, Ospina's the better goalkeeper. At least he has a chance to save a penalty. When was the last time Cech saved a penalty? I don't think he's saved one for Arsenal. I don't think he has, which is absolutely shocking. Not in a competitive game, at least. Maybe in a pre-season game he did. I'm not 100% sure. But whenever we concede a penalty and Cech's in goal, it's like, they scored. But now I've said that, hopefully I've jinxed it and he will save a couple of penalties, because I want him to be successful. I want Arsenal to have the best players. I want us to be winning trophies. But as it stands right now, if we've got Petr Cech in goal, we've got an ageing defence, we've got a very leaky midfield, a very creative midfield. Okay, we've got a good team going forward. They're not playing at their best right now, but with Mkhitaryan joining, with Aubameyang potentially joining, although if I was him, I would be back on that plane to Germany tonight, ahead of his medical tomorrow. I'd be absolutely terrified of signing for Arsenal right now. We're going nowhere. Other than, maybe replacing someone in midfield, or just not even replacing, bringing someone in. A proper defensive midfielder. Get us Swansea. Someone 6'4" plus, a Matic style player that's just going to sit in front of the defence, do what Coquelin did, but better, Get a defender. You've just seen Laporte, or Laporte, however you say his name, go to City for a record fee. Now, I know it's a different situation. They're going to be Premier League champions. They're probably going to be fighting for the Champions League over the next few seasons. They're building an absolutely world-class club. They are already a world-class club. There's no denying it. And that's why they're able to pull someone like Laporte there. Arsenal would have no chance, but that's the kind of money we should be spending. 60 million plus on Aubameyang. Great. Fantastic. If we needed it. We don't. We don't necessarily need him. We'll take him, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. But spend it on defensive backup. Not even backup, someone to play. Get a centre-back in. We so clearly need it. Everyone can see it, but Arsenal, it seems. It's just embarrassing. Swansea, by the way, I know they've had a bit of an up-and-down season, but, Liverpool and now Arsenal, they're looking like they're really finding some form. They're a solid team. They are. They're going to be absolutely fine this season, I'm pretty sure, unless they suddenly get a bunch of injuries, whatever. But to take on Arsenal tonight, beat them 3-1, and it's not the first time they've beaten us at that stadium, at the Liberty Stadium. We've lost there a couple of times over the years. It seems to be a bit of a bogey side for us, Swansea, but what can I say? Just absolutely piss poor. Really, really poor. And I feel for Mkhitaryan, who's just joined. He makes his debut today. Why he didn't start, it's just like... I've slaughtered Iwobi over the weeks. He starts again today, and you know what? I love the guy. I love Iwobi. I've seen loads of the videos on the Arsenal channel with him bantering, and he's a really good lad. And I'm sure if I met him in real life, I'd really warm to him. He's a cool guy. He's a really nice person. But when you sign Mkhitaryan, there's a rule there. Okay, you play him. You play him. It's Mkhitaryan. Okay, put him on the freaking pitch. What's the point in benching him? There was no point. Get him going. Even if it is on the left side, he can comfortably play anywhere. Yet we go with Iwobi, who just hasn't been cutting it recently. So what's the thinking behind that? Oh, it's so frustrating. Let's talk about the Aubameyang deal because it's a bit of a merry-go-round situation. So there's three clubs involved in this deal. You've got Dortmund, who are obviously selling Aubameyang. They will not sell him unless they find a replacement. We've then got Arsenal involved because they want Aubameyang. Looks like we're going to potentially be losing Giroud. And then there's Chelsea involved because Dortmund want Batshuayi. And Chelsea want Giroud. So we're kind of stuck in this position where if Batshuayi doesn't go to Dortmund, then Giroud won't go to Chelsea, and then Aubameyang won't go to Arsenal. But then Batshuayi is happy to go to Dortmund, apparently. He's willing to sign on loan because he wants to be a first-team striker. He doesn't want to go anywhere else. He doesn't want to go play as a second-team striker. Dortmund's a good place for him to go if Aubameyang's leaving. But then apparently Giroud doesn't want to go to Chelsea. And you know what? If Giroud ends up at Chelsea, I don't blame him. They'll pay him more. He'll be not played as much. Oh, actually, he might even get more game time than he has been at Arsenal recently. But he won't be the main man. I think Morata will still be ahead of him. Maybe not. Who knows? He gets to stay in London. His kids, his girlfriend, whatever, his wife, they're going to be happily staying in London. It's not going to be a massive change of lifestyle. But he doesn't want to go to... I mean, does he want to go to Dortmund? I'm guessing not, because then he'd have to go to Germany. That is a complete lifestyle change. There's a lot of moving parts here. Aubameyang apparently wants to go to Arsenal, but they will not let him go to Arsenal. Dortmund are refusing to let him go unless they get a replacement, either Giroud or Batshuayi. So we're waiting. We just have to wait and see what happens. I'd like to make a bold prediction. I think Aubameyang, he's having his medical tomorrow, apparently. He's going to have a medical regardless. Doesn't mean that he's going to sign. It just means that bit's done. I think we will sign Aubameyang. And that will be our final signing of this window, which is a bit of a shame. I would like to see a defensive midfielder come in. Hey, maybe Aubameyang can play DM for us. He is quick after all. But I think he will sign for us. And I think Giroud will end up at Chelsea and Batshuayi will go on loan to Dortmund. I think that's going to happen. I don't know when. Tomorrow's deadline day. I think it will probably happen quite late on that it all goes through. But who knows? Maybe Arsenal are going to surprise us and we'll see the number 14 shirt being worn by Pierre by midday. Who knows? There's a lot of moving parts. But as of right now, we've lost to Swansea. We are further away from the top 4 than we really should be. It's not looking good this season. Yet, Aubameyang, Mkhitaryan, we're still able to make those signings. I mean, that is one good thing about having Wenger, I guess. He is respected by players. So that's where we are. I'm going to have to cut the video here, otherwise I will just go on and on. But welcome to Arsenal, Pierre. Yeah, enjoy your stay, because we clearly need firepower up front. It's nothing to do with our defence. I swear our defence has scored more goals than our forwards this season. I think Monreal is, up there. He really has been so good for us. He's got a couple of goals lately. But thank you for watching, guys. I'm very depressed. Hopefully we'll win our next game. And hopefully tomorrow we will get Aubameyang. If we sign him, I might do a special video on that and talk about where I think we'll fit him in and things like that. So let me know if you'd like to see that video. If we don't sign him, then this window has been piss poor. Mkhitaryan is not good enough to replace Theo and Alexis. But make sure you drop a like, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.